5 key steps you can take as an immigrant to protect your money right now. This is important because you deserve to have the dignity to keep your hard-earned money safe and protected and growing no matter what's going on with immigration laws and policies changing. My name is Adina Applebaum. I am an immigration attorney, accredited financial counselor, and the co-founder of Immigrant Finance. I specialize in helping immigrants with learning how to master the US financial system and build wealth regardless of their immigration situation. So here's the first step. Open a bank account. I know a lot of people are scared right now to be participating in the financial system, and this is all about weighing risk. So it's a really good idea if you're concerned about that to speak to someone who has expertise in this area, to speak to an immigration attorney, to speak to financial advisors, especially people who understand both, and figure out for your particular situation. But for the majority of people, having your money sit in cash under your mattress or in the freezer, in your closet, whatever, is actually going to be even more risky than not having a bank account, because it's going to mean that your money could be stolen, it could be lost if there's a fire, and then most importantly, it's losing value every day due to inflation. As time goes on, the value of the dollar becomes less and less. That's exactly why like a cup of coffee maybe costs 30 cents 10 years ago. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. And now maybe it's Starbucks, so you're gonna pay $5 for it or something. And the second step is to not only have a bank account to keep your money safe, but to get a high yield savings account. A high yield savings account is going to allow you to keep that money safe and also be earning free money. You basically get paid by the bank to keep your money with them, and with competitive high yield savings account, you can actually get a really good interest rate to start making free money every month in your account. Sorry, just taking my notes. Just like you might, in investing. It's not going to be as much as investing, but it's definitely better than nothing. And here is the third step, is to avoid keeping too much cash at home. Now, it is important to have emergency fund, and especially if you're in a vulnerable position immigration-wise, if you're undocumented, it can be a really good idea to have emergency cash around. But just like I said in the beginning, that money could be stolen, there could be a fire. So we don't want to be hoarding tons and tons and tons of cash at home for the reasons I mentioned about really that losing value due to inflation. Also, even in a worst case scenario, let's say that someone is deported, having the money in a bank account is going to mean they will likely be able to find a way to access that abroad, especially if you get an account that has branches in different countries, or at least, having the account so you can wire money to another account from another country. And so get smart, get that money protected. You can always list like beneficiaries on the account, like people, close family or friends that you really, really trust that can have access to that potentially if something were to happen to you, or even make them like a joint owner. Again, you really want to make sure this is a trusted person. This is a really good thing to get advice on from a financial advisor as we're planning that. The fourth step is to build a monthly budget. Now, I don't say that in a way of like, oh my gosh, you need to be restricting yourself and punishing yourself. I don't believe in those types of budgets. I've tried every budget out there. When we began our financial journey, when my husband Matt immigrated to the US in 2013, and we struggled a lot with money, I was pretty new to personal finance, and I studied all the budgeting strategies. The vast majority of them made me feel like shit, to be honest, and we're just not sustainable, because it's like a crash diet. I would like maybe follow it for a little bit, and then I would be, going and binging and spending on stuff when I was feeling emotional or whatever. So find a budget system that works really well for you. Find one that motivates you, that's about being focused on your goals. In our signature program, Immigrant Finance School, we teach something called a goal-driven budget system. So it is really goal-driven, and it's basically your implementation plan for how you're going to be able to carry out your wealth building goals with investing, real estate, business, whatever it is. It is the strategic plan of all of that. And it's really free in that sense, because you can also plan in your budget ways to make sure you're enjoying life now, tapping into abundance now. and which is more important than ever as an act of resistance right now, to be enjoying your hard-earned money and, you know, having that meal out with your family if that's what you value, and not feeling guilty about it because it's planned for in your monthly budget. And last but not least, and in fact most importantly, is to start investing. Start investing so that your money can grow for you, so that you can have security later in life, whether it's retirement or just peace of mind about the future, or passing money down to family members, children, planning for children's education. Investing in the stock market is the easiest, most straightforward way to be building wealth. It's how the vast majority of Americans have built wealth. And it's going to allow your money to grow while you're sleeping, while you're resting, while you're hanging out with your family. It's called passive income. And all immigrants can be investing in the stock market who are residing in the US. This is exactly what we help with. If you're not sure where to get started, you can book a free consult with us at immigrantfinance.com/consult. Or if you're ready to jump in and get started, get everything set up with our full support, go ahead and apply to Immigrant Finance School at immigrantfinanceschool.com, and we'll show you exactly the path to get started. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and I hope this video was helpful for you. As always, leave comments and let us know what you think, and share this with someone who can benefit. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.